What is going on? I'm Zedmod. We're going to do all sorts of Boom Beach related stuff. Going to try and cram all sorts of good stuff in. We got warships, we got operation attacks. We're going to do a mixture. I mean, Boom Beach is not one or the other, so we're going to try and mix a couple things in. As you can see here, I have got the Seekerest Seekers in the world. Spoiler alert, Seekers can make your attacks way slower if you don't use them properly. On this account, I went for the troop damage. On my other account, I went for the troop health. Spoiler alert, they both work. I was expecting one to be super awesome. If you guys have an opinion, do let me know in the comments. I'm going to show you attacks from both accounts. That way we can hopefully get some educated, informed decisions. Now, the reason why people might go up to the building health first is they get shock mines, which is awesome. And that is great if you want to stay at 5 engine rooms. But my assumption is I can go from troop damage up to the engine room and then get the shock mine as well. So really, you're only one node away regardless of what choice you make. It just depends if you want to stick around at 5 or if you want to go on to 6 or 7 or what the heck you want to do. I have said this before, I am behind. I missed 4 full days worth of chests, so I am playing catch up. Not doing bad, though. We managed to get up to tier 19. Let's show you some victories, because no one wants to see the lot. I know you do, but we're just going to show you the victories anyways. Let's quickly show you 233. What we're trying to do is get all the troops up the left-hand side and then get our friendly neighborhood Seekers smoked into the kill zone, getting some shocks out. Seekers are lasting incredibly long. I did not expect them to do any damage to that middle engine room, and I totally did not watch. I'm having a hard time a little bit where I'm ending up watching my Seekers and then letting my troops die on the left-hand side. Also not necessarily using the right troop loadouts. That's a better time. Let's have a look and see what we did against Mr. Squiggles. Again, using flares. Seekers ignoring flares really opens up possibilities. Basically, what they've done is people have been asking for a 2-flare system in Boom Beach for a little bit, as you saw there. I am using our friendly neighborhood shock knuckles. And Seekers ignoring flares. I really do enjoy that because it gets you 2 dynamics all at once. So Supercell, if you're watching, other troops that ignore flares would be interesting. I'm intrigued. Let's keep going. My base, as you saw there, doing fairly well on the times. Now, this is the one where I'm not super duper sold. Just holding off the Seekers until that engine room goes down. That way I can use flares, come across. It wasn't super awesome. Wasn't entirely convinced on that. And by the way, that shock on that shock launcher was just dumb. But look how long the Seekers last. The Seekers get all the way to that left engine room. So they are strong little buggers. I always used to get in trouble. My grandpa used to give me a hard time for saying the word buggers. Look it up in the dictionary. I didn't realize. I guess it's an old-timey word. Nonetheless, random info there. My Seekers on the left-hand side, you can shock those shock launchers if you're super careful. People don't seem to realize that. And then I waste a bunch of GBE trying to get my Seekers to that middle engine room that I could be barding out. So these people don't have building health. You can tell by the fact that you can bart them out. Let's see. Let's get this chest, then we'll do an operation attack, then we'll switch, and maybe we'll even do some imitation game, because there's a lot of good stuff in the booming of the beaches. If you just do warships, you're doing bad things. We're only going to get 1 intel from all the time we spend on warships today. So just destroy those NPCs. That is step number 1. Now the question is, do we go right with our troops and get those 3 engine rooms? Or do we go left with our troops and get those 2 engine rooms? My thinking is that's a long walk back through a lot of machine guns and hotpots and stuff. And my other concern is that our Seekers, if they go for this engine room, they're going to take a hard right and go for this engine room. So I'm going to send my Seekers up the right-hand side. I'm going to send my troops up the left. Let me know in the comments if that's what you would have done. We're going to drop Bullet right about here. We're going to hit the shock knuckles, and then we're going to drop all of these guys in behind, and hopefully he gets his wonderful shock. There we go. That's exactly what I was hoping to have happen. And now we can just go something like this, hoping to get all of our neighborhood, I'm not sure why I call them neighborhood, but we're going to get all of our Seeker dudes into that wonderful spot right there, and then we're going to throw a shock in about 3, 2, 1, now. Just trying to time it right. We've got enough Seekers. By the way, I was using 2 Seekers for a little while there. 2 Seekers is not enough Seekers. 3 Seekers, definitely better. And I've had far better results since I went to 3 boats of Seekers. Now, these Seekers are coming back. Look at this. Don't call it a comeback. They are coming back looking for that middle engine room, which is fantastic. Now all we need to do is get our troops the heck away from there, and we should be golden. I'm actually going to flare this last engine room, hoping to get all of my troops up in its grill, throwing all of our gunboat energy as that shock is lasting. Like I said, Seekers lasting. They just will go forever, these little buggers. Swearing again on the YouTubes. Can you imagine a time when the word bugger was a swear? My goodness, we buggered Fen 2. Yeah, that's a little bit too far. Nonetheless, you can see here this extra building health or my fantastic base design. Look at this, they missed a bunch of mines. I wish that you could see, I would love to get some sort of like artificial intelligence type matching involved where you could say, over my last 10 attacks, which of my mines have not been popped? I know that's a lot to ask, where you could actually see which of your mines are not being popped, and then you could like move them appropriately. That's just lazy me trying to do some fuzzy matching. I'm just throwing carrot words out that don't make any sense at this point. Let's keep going. We're going to do try and keep this streak alive. I'm not going to promise we're going to push to 20 or something like that. We are going to try and get a balance of stuff in this video. Again, going right with Seekers would work, but that's a lot of difficult, tight shocks with a lot of difficult buildings there. So we're going to send our Seekers to the left. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. I don't even know what that means. They're not going to go left. They're going to go from here to here and then probably right. So we're going to use our gunboat energy on that right-hand side. This is not one that I'm super excited or stoked or confident about. So we're going to throw our flare right to there. We're going to throw Bullet and the gang into here. 1, 2, 3. That is not a good idea as far as dropping my Bombardiers in there. And then we're going to drop all of our Seekers on this left-hand side. Now, just be aware, obviously, if you drop them on the left, they are going to shade slightly, you guessed it, to the left, which means that they're going to run, hopefully, up that left-hand side towards that next engine room. I'm going to pre-drop my smoke. 1, 2, 3. I really have basically zero hope that our troops are going to go where I want them to. But as you can see here, all of my other troops are actually doing good things for our Seekers, distracting things like shock launchers. Now, where are they going? We had a couple go left, we had a couple go right, and at this point, we just need to get over into here and get all of our troops pounding away, because there is just too much going on here. Now, one thing to be aware of is I don't have nearly enough gunboat energy, but as you can see there, those Seekers managed to take down that engine room all on their own. So now we can focus on throwing gunboat energy over on the left-hand side. We've already got our chest, which means that we are golden. Now we just need to get down this last engine room as our troops are just pounding away, picking up gunboat energy. Oh, we just need... Come on, there's not enough gunboat energy here. We need more gunboat energy. This is a bad situation to be in. As you can see, we're going to be 3 gunboat energy short. Now we're going to have to wait as they walk I was thinking we were going to be like 243 again, but instead we're just getting pummeled. Used way too much gunboat energy. Come on. Here we go. Finally getting it down. Thankfully, our base, that extra building health possibly standing up. Here's the thing. If you think you're going to be able, if you're losing by like 1 second, building health or troop damage is going to win you those battles. If you're losing by a lot, probably want to go building health. Retreated. I love when they retreat. So we've got all sorts of win streaks going on. We're moving up. I am still way behind, but people have like... I want to show you something. So look at this local New Zealand. This guy wins New Zealand every single year, I think. That's what I'm told anyways. And let's just show his profile or her profile. 1,600 battles bought and fought. Mackett, for example, plays similarly to me. He has 243 battles. So how you can compete with that? Warships is all about volume, and I don't have that volume. So let's go back to the main base. We're going to do a couple quick tasks here. Obviously, there is skill involved in warships. Don't try to twist my words, please. But the volume is so critical in warships because you can just grind and grind and grind forever. And that's the fantastic thing about warships. I know I've seen some people complaining about spawn rates on the main base and stuff like that. If you're worried about spawn rates and something to do, warships is a fantastic bathroom gamer, a toilet gamer. Also, Brawl Stars, awesome for that. I know a lot of people don't want me to talk about other games in this, but I absolutely love friendly neighborhood Brawl Stars for that exact reason. If you're wondering what this troop combo is all about, this troop combo is all about me doing War Factory on this account yesterday. I am just going to be barraging the headquarters, trying to get this base down as fast as we possibly can. We have the Barrage Tribe, and I don't care about losing troops because I went ahead and renewed my instant training. So we're just going to walk forward. We have no we have no medics, we have no Kavan, we just have a bunch of stuff that's blowing up other stuff. So I could possibly drop this back in here and shock all of this stuff and maybe, just maybe, bring some Bombardiers back there. Just trying to get rid of this base so I can get my supply chest. Getting your supply chest every single day, so critical to task force play. It makes all the difference in the world. If it's just 3, 4, 5G intel, that is way better than doing 7 stages of Dr. T and spending however long that is. So this base goes down. We've got losses. We don't care. Just dropping troops. You can also just drop Scorchers and close the game. I'm not going to close the game because I've already explained this. Force closing is a fantastic way to clear your map, but by doing that, I show you guys my wife's phone number and my doctor's address and the music I'm playing, and everyone always comments on the music that's playing. Spoiler alert, it's like, I think it's like, let's just quickly check. It's the Beatles right now. Okay, so there we go. Someone can comment on the Yellow Submarine. My daughter was randomly singing it yesterday, so there must be a kids movie with that in it. Anyways, nonetheless, I want to show you some Operation Goodness. Now, this is something that is fairly critical, fairly obvious, but at the same time, not super obvious. And if I could be any more cryptic, I would be. Right now, in the tribal region, we have Zuka damage, 50%. That is a metric ship ton. So what we're going to do here is we're going to boost up all of our statues. We have a problem, though. I don't have enough diamonds, powder, so I'm going to convert. I love this shard converter. I know it isn't what we had hoped it would be, but it saves me a ton of diamonds for moments like this, because obviously if you start to convert, it costs 24. So we're getting like massive savings. I'm going to say like 60% savings. I don't want to do math at the moment. But don't want to. Let's go like so. We've got all sorts of goodness. We're going to salvage that. We've now got enough powder to boost all of our statues. Now, there has been some debate about the best statue layout for operations, and it's kind of changed in the last little while, and that's because Bombardiers have made magic happen. If you add more damage, you're gonna do more damage. And I know that sounds dumb, but what we're going to show you here is that basically, and it was talked about on Discord the other day, you can actually have fewer GBE statues because Bombardiers open up gunboat energy. And what I'm going to do here, I'm going to do an old-fashioned attack. I absolutely love this attack. We're going to do what I actually invented this attack. I didn't invent many attacks. This is called the Everspark Shield. What we're going to do is we're going to use Everspark to spark this cannon. Everything's going to target that cannon, and then we're just going to blow up the core. And in order to do that, we need to walk a long ways, and the easiest way to walk a long ways is to clear up the shore. As you can see here, I'm starting with 166 gunboat energy, which is a significant amount of gunboat energy. How we can make it better, more awesome, is by dropping Bombardiers. Whether you drop 1 boat of them, you drop 2 boats of them, or as I'm doing here, you drop 3. You can farm a ton of gunboat energy. I recommend, if you are a Zuka player, even going like 1 boat Bombardiers, 7 boat Zukas for maps like Machina, whatever you want to call it. It does magic. You get a whole bunch of extra gunboat energy, typically off to the right-hand side of the map, and then you can drop your Zookas later on, and you end up having way more gunboat energy, and in this case, we save ourselves a few smokes. I recommend watching that timer. I tend to get my troops moving around the 2-minute mark because I am a little bit anxious and nervous about the time required to walk my troops. There is nothing worse than getting your troops to the core and then having the timer expire and your troops do 0 damage to the core. So I aim around that 2-minute mark, and look at our gunboat energy. We're up over 200 already, and we spent, what's that, 9 gunboat energy to drop bombardiers. So do seriously consider using bombardiers to A, open up the map, or B, farm gunboat energy, and that will allow you to have fewer GBE statues once you get used to it, and add more damage, which is going to end up causing your troops to do boatloads of damage at the core, which is going to be magical and fantastic. Now, here's the thing. We need to get rid of these troops at some point. So you either let them die. I was hoping they were all going to get in the range of that shock launcher or something like that. Or what you do is you just use your side flare and get your troops moving using that side flare. So what I'm going to do, for example, is once we get to the 2-minute mark, I'm just going to walk these troops into harm's way and let them die. Like, it's that simple. Look at this, 250 gunboat energy. So now I'm going to use this side flare. All of my bombardiers are going to die. I'm okay with that. We're going to drop our Zookas on this nice little diagonal path. It's going to be magical. It's going to look so incredibly pretty once they get moving. And then, now that flare isn't exactly where I want them to go, so I'm going to go something like this. And the other fantastic part about this is that we have actually got bombardiers that we can bring back, reincarnate using that wonderful magic gunboat ability, which is known as remote defib. So we've got all of our troops walking. We still have the delay with those rockets back behind the core, except for that one Heather is just walking in a stupid spot, which is not awesome. But there's just so many possibilities that bombardiers bring us, and I highly recommend you give it a shot, because look at all of this. This is just magic. We're gonna, you know what? I'm gonna bring back some bombardiers for that matter. We're gonna hit the hack button. I'm gonna drop some critters into my smoke, and that is critical, because we're gonna go 1 and 2 and 3, and that rocket, I mean, that, what is that thing called? That boom cannon right there is just going to take all of the brunt of all of those rockets as our Zookas blow up everything except for the rockets that randomly overshoot for some stupid reason and make us incredibly angry. Look how much gunboat energy I have left, though. So now we can show off the power of the Barrage Tribe, just barraging this core, hopefully making it explodey, because I did not do a good enough. That was stupid on my part. Just an absolute failure. So much gunboat energy and then did not use it. Should have shocked something. I hate it when the rocket launcher overshoots. It drives me insane. At least now we've got let's go throw some emojis in there. Free BJ for someone. Gross. BJ being a Bart job, obviously. So that is going to be that power core blowing up. Ugh, so much potential, such bad execution by me. Anyways, hopefully that gets your eyes opened a little bit. There is so much goodness that can be done with bombardiers. There is so much gunboat energy that you can farm, and if you actually use it, not like idiot me, you can take down basically anything ever. Now, using that reincarnate was not a great idea. As you saw, the shock launchers turned. There was a tiny gap in my smoke, but I figured let's use Kavan when Kavan's not around. Now we've got 15 attacks. That's going to take 1. That's going to take 1. That's probably going to take 2. So we're in good shape. Thankfully, my attack is not going to screw up the operation. I'm going to switch accounts. We'll be back in just a second. Now, the reason why this only works for HQ20, obviously, is bombardiers make that magical. With our friendly neighborhood grenadiers, they just miss too much. So you can do the same thing with grenadiers if you're a lower level, but it doesn't work nearly as well. Coming in to 5 out of 8 engine rooms already. I love it when that happens. Wake up in the morning and you're already progressed on your chest. This one, like I said, we've got the building health on this one. Ooh, I can actually get both. Look at that. Was I showing the one okay, I thought I was showing you the one with building health before. I obviously screwed that up, just like in my other video where I screwed up left and right. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to save. I want to get into the next engine room, so I'm not going to go that troop damage at this point. I'm probably going to regret that, but let's keep going. On this one, oh, yeah, I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Doing 2 warships accounts in the same day is a bad idea. Now, we can get back there with 2 shocks. We can shock all of that stuff, so I'm confident that our left-hand side is covered. Now we're just going to bring over into here. We're going to go Bullit and the gang. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to drop this over in here. And then, now that that's started, I'm just going to drop all of this goodness over in here. I'm going to try my best to skip a smoke. Avoiding the smokes when you get towards the core can save you all sorts of gunboat energy and make your attacks 12,000% better. So as you see there, I am skipping the final smokes. Let's throw a, what is that called? I'm going to throw 1 more shock knuckles just in the hopes that I can keep some of these troops alive. Looks like it actually did fairly okay. Now, as you can see, our troops have gone off yonder for whatever reason. Hopefully we can now get that other engine room down. Just need to flare into here. Let's get all of this stuff moving in the right direction, because otherwise we've got all these bombardiers in the wrong spot. Gunboat energy not doing much, sadly, so now we just need to keep going. So much. Ugh, I hate these kind of races. I get so amped up when we get into these final little details. Hopefully these bombardiers target the engine room as I'm barding it out. Looks like we managed to pull off a win, get that chest, and I only have to show 1 attack on this account because of the fact that we started at 5 out of 8. There is a little trick to being able to start at 5 out of 8. Hit me up in the comments if you have questions. That has been known for a while, but obviously you can only start at 5 out of 8 if you have 5 engine rooms. That just to make that slightly more clear. Picked up the W. I think we went undefeated on warships today across 2 accounts. Let's quickly show you the times that this account is getting. As you can see, they are slightly slower than my other account. As you saw on the other account, I managed to get like a 249 and a 250. That is because of the lower number of troop damage percentages. That was phrased incredibly well. But as you can see, the numbers against me, because I have that building health, is below 2 minutes on average. So just crushing people with that extra building health. So really depends. Have a look at your times and see your opponent's times and see which one's going to be the answer for you. Let's quickly do some magical stuff on this account just to do the proper balance of 2 accounts. Now, here's the thing. You see that supply chest timer? Don't trust it. It's a lie. You need to destroy an NPC to make sure that if you have multiple accounts that it's actually accurate. Looks like it is. That's good. I still like to destroy every single NPC in my log regardless. Now let's see what troops we can load. We have tank health down here. I don't have a ton of raw crystal, so I'm not going to boost that though. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to do exactly the attack that I just did, but we're going to, on the operation attack, but we're going to do it on imitation game. Once again, showing the power of our neighborhood friendly bombardiers. We're just going to use our barrage tribe, getting our bombardiers to farm GBE. I'm fairly confident we can take down all 7 stages, sight unseen. Breath time. Do I have any coffee left? No. Okay, so I have been absolutely swamped this last week, just mind-numbingly swamped. I don't know if you guys remember back when COVID started, I said I was going to try to learn Python. I have been using Python for work. I am in charge of this ridiculous project, all based on a bunch of Python scripts. So COVID resolution, is that what we're calling it? We usually have our New Year's resolution. So let me know in the comments how you guys are doing on your COVID resolutions. Mine have been going fairly well. Still in we're kind of back to normal here in British Columbia, where I live. The number of people have been distancing and masking and isolating and all that sort of stuff. So things have opened up fairly well here. The number of cases is incredibly low. I'm incredibly proud of all of the people that are nearby here and the efforts that have gone into things. So hopefully you guys are living in places that are similar. And if you're not, please stay safe and let me know how you're doing and what you're doing to stay safe and all of that sort of stuff. I have not talked about COVID or the pandemic or anything like that because it's really this polarizing thing and everyone learns at different rates and has different ideas and stuff like that. So all I can ask is that you guys stay safe, do your best, and let me know what you're doing and how you're staying safe and all that sort of stuff. And hopefully you are staying safe because not everywhere in the world has that option at the moment, it seems like. So anyways, moving right back to here, let's get all of this going. This Doom Cannon's actually going to do us a bit of a favor because now we can bring back some Bombardiers way back here as we barrage that headquarters, engine rooms, power cores. What are they called on Crab? And they're called something else even on Mega Crab. I should have barted out that rocket launcher. If you're wondering what the term BART means, BART is a combination of the words barrage. Uh-oh, are we going to fail? Do we have some Bombardiers left? Yes, we do. Okay, so now we're just going to drop, I guess, our Zookas towards the front and try and farm some more gunboat energy. BART is a combination of the word barrage and artillery, and that is where the term BART comes from. If you ever see a note that says BART the core, it means use your gunboat energy, barrage, and artillery on the core. Stage 5, I'm kind of surprised that we did not get further with our gunboat energy, but we've got instant training, so this is not just about gunboat energy. We also are bringing in some troops, trying to get some Zooka Bombardier combo action happening. This looks like a very low level headquarters for stage 6. Is that like a level? I'm gonna have to come back and scout that. I'm very curious to see what the heck level headquarters that is, because that just seems wrong-ish. Let's go back in there with the dudes. Back in there with the dudes, and then all of our Zookas across the front trying to farm more gunboat energy. Why it's called farming, I guess it's kind of like Farmville, where your troops are just destroying buildings and picking up gunboat energy is the farm term. If you have a better explanation of where farm comes from, I mean, it makes sense. You're destroying buildings to grow gunboat energy. We're going to go back and check what HQ level that was, because that seems like a very low HQ level for stage 6. I think it was maybe a 6. I should know based on the look of it, but I don't. So let's go. Okay, it's actually level 21. Are we sure about that? Or did they replace the headquarters? That doesn't look right, because HQ 20... This is 23. Do I have anyone in the task force that's a lower level? Let's just quickly... That's not what I'm looking for. Hey, Pin, how's it going, buddy? Nonetheless, let's check the task force, see if we have anyone slightly... Let's see what cam... Probably HQ 20. Yeah, okay, so I'm guessing they replaced it for Imitation Game, and I haven't noticed until now. That is a complete and utter brain fart on my part, I'm guessing. Yeah, they did. If anyone knows when that happened, let me know, because I just noticed that now for the first time, and it seems like I probably should have noticed that like months or years ago. Holy crow. Let's keep... We're going to drop Zookas first in this case, because that way our Zookas can give some cover for our wonderful neighborhood Bombardiers to get rid of those boom cannons. You know what? Let's get some battle orders happening at the same time, and then barraging, getting all sorts of gunboat energy out on that back core. Let me know how you guys did Imitation Game today. For me, we have enough attacks where we don't even need to lose troops on this, probably. If you actually barrage things properly. What I'd like to do is just throw it on the core. Obviously, if you barrage the actual rocket launchers you get, you can actually farm more gunboat energy at the back of the base, but we're not doing that today because I just want to keep this going. We have no gunboat energy left. We have no troops left, I don't think. Our gunboat energy is flashing. That means we have no troops left. So I thought we had 0, and then something kept blowing up. So down go the critters. Stage 7 is going to be a 2-hit. I was hoping we could solo every single base, but so many troops lost. But now one thing to note, I did boost the... No, I didn't boost it. Never mind. The one thing to note is I'm an idiot. So many gaffes today. Let's keep going. But we went... I mean, Operation Attack, failure. Talking, failure. Mixing up troop damage, building health, failure. Operation Attack, failure. I think I've already said that, which is also a failure. But at least we went undefeated on warships. So that is your Boom Beach goodness for today, July the 17th. I am hopefully taking the weekend off, hopefully going mountain biking, staying in a hotel for the first time in, I don't even remember, probably like 4 months. Getting away with the wife. I've got a king jacuzzi suite. Had to spring for the jacuzzi. If you're going to get a hotel for the first time in forever, it seemed like a reasonable thing to do. Anyways, if you listened this far, thank you for coming along. And did I spend... Okay, different account. As you can see, this account actually has some powder and has some diamonds. So yes, it's strange putting my own name in the store, and my kids don't understand it, but we're doing it anyways because I like to support myself. I support me and my family, and that tiny bit of revenue from the store helps even just for me to buy instant training and diamonds and all that sort of stuff. Anyways, enough babbling. Hopefully you guys had a look at the trader, because there's actually a good trade for the first time in a long time, trading those green crystals for red crystals. I'm going to open a trader crate just because what's Boom Beach without visiting the trader? Managed to look at that. That is fantastic. If you are thinking, wow, that's amazing, you hit the jackpot. No, I didn't. The order of trader crates is known. Every 13 or so, you get a 4 item. This is a 5 item, I like to call it. Every 23 you get, or 25 or 26 you get this. So it's known, it's not random. Otherwise, hit me up if you have questions on that. I'm Zedmont. Hopefully you guys are happy, healthy, and all things related to that. I'm Zedmont. Thanks for coming in. Hit me up in the comments. Let me know what you thought about all things Boom Beach. We will talk soon. Thanks for coming in. Peace.